Hello everyone. This time I'm going to make a reply to a thread that's not quite that old. This one's only from May. It's Robert C's thread of show us the album you have most copies of. This one was an easy one for me because I have two albums that I have 4 copies of. I'm going to be showing those two and 2 other albums. I have somewhere around 100 albums that I have both on CD and on vinyl, but I'm not going to be showing any of those. I'm going to be showing first one the only album that I have both on vinyl and on cassette, and that is Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Like a Rock. This is one of those Bob Seger albums, actually one of 2 Bob Seger albums that I didn't buy somewhere around 80s when I bought most of the Bob Seger albums that I bought at that time. I think the main reason why I didn't buy this album was the album cover. This looks kind of yuppie. Yuppie album to me, album cover I mean. So I guess that's the main reason why I didn't buy it. I think it was last year that I actually found this tape. And I mean, I found it. I didn't buy this, I found it. So I gave it a listen, and this is a good album. Really, really good Bob Seger album. So, because I don't really appreciate the tape so much, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be throwing this into the garbage. I had to have this on vinyl. Once I had decided to buy this, it didn't take long for me to find this. Here's a little story about the music going around the world. I'm a Finnish guy. I bought this record from a Swedish guy. This album is printed in Holland, and it was originally sold in Germany. Okay, I have only one album that I have 3 copies of, and that one is Whitesnake's 1987. This is one of the very last albums that I bought as brand new, and I mean only a days after its original release. I don't remember how long it was after this album was released, but Here I Go Again became a hit single. So I bought this as a single, but of course having it only on a single isn't enough for me. So I also bought it on tape. And I bought this on tape because, well, I already had the vinyl, picture disc vinyl, and because at that time all the other Whitesnake albums that I had was on tape. And only last year I bought this 25th anniversary version. The main reason why I bought this is because there's one track that is not on either one of these, on tape or on picture disc. You're Gonna Break My Heart Again. I have absolutely no idea where that track comes from. Anyway, maybe it's a leftover from original album sessions. I don't know. There you go. Then, first of the 4 copies album. During the 80s, I was a huge Kiss fan, and Ace Frehley was my favorite member. So, of course, at the time, I bought all of the Kiss albums on vinyl, of course. CD then arrived then. Yeah, it did had arrived then, but there wasn't yet CD releases at the time. So, original vinyl copy with all the goodies in there. Then, sometime later, I found it as a picture disc. This was a huge thing. I hadn't even heard that any of the Kiss albums had been released on on a picture disc. And of course, it being Ace Frehley, I had to have it. Yeah, this was the only Kiss album as a picture disc that I saw until, I don't know, 3 years ago or something like that. I saw both Peter Criss and Gene Simmons as picture disc, but I didn't buy those. Also during the 80s, I didn't actually collect cassettes, but when I happened to found these on really cheap, and sometimes my friends gave me cassettes. So this is one of those that I happened to get my hands on. And this is an American pressing. So this is only one of two of the Kiss tapes that I've held on to. The rest of them I've thrown in the bin. And of course, I had to have it on CD eventually. I actually haven't bought that many Kiss albums on CD. This is, I mean, from those that I have also on vinyl, this is one of 4, I think. I've only bought it on CD also. Maybe in the future I'll start buying more, but for now this is one of the few ones. Then Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. This was hugely important album to me in 1986. It was really, really massively important album to me. But maybe I'll get to that some other time. I love Dire Straits. Few years later, I was on my first visit to London, and I bought this one. I had to have it on CD, of course, because this album is the one that made the breakthrough for CD as far as rock music was concerned. Then fast forward something like 20 years or so, I suddenly realized when I was at a record fair that I was going through record tracks there, and I realized that I didn't see this album anymore. And I started to think that when was the last time that I actually had seen this at a record store? And I couldn't remember. It must have been some years before. So because of the CD, there's on 2 tracks, I think Your Latest Trick and Why Worry, if I remember correctly. They have much longer fade outs on the CD compared to the LP. So I'm not that big of a fan of this CD. So I had to make sure that I have a spare copy on vinyl. This is one of the rare cases that I've left the price ticket there. Just in case that my one copy would get damaged, which is kind of unlikely because over the almost 30 years that I've been buying records, I've only damaged one record. So it's kind of a exaggeration, but you know, sometimes you gotta be careful. And then a couple of years ago, I was in Italy, in Rome, and I found this 20th anniversary version, which is in a 5.1 surround system. And the main reason I bought this was because it was cheap and because it's on 5.1 surround system. I only have well, maybe 6, including this. So that was the main reason why I bought this. So that's all that I have of these multiple copies. Hope you like this. Thank you. Bye.